All right, so it's starting to come together. So let me show you. Let me pick up where we were yesterday. Tom's in the basement right now hooking up our plumbing. The other diverter's in. We got that in this morning. So now we've got our dual diverters. I wanted to show you this wall from yesterday. Okay, it looked kind of, screws were all over the place. This is what I'm saying. So now here it is the next day. This is brick hard. And I've already ran screws back in there. We did switch over. So let me show you that too. So typically we do the 1 5/8. Okay. And they'll go right in the go board. Typically that's enough room. Anytime we float out a wall, we want to make sure that enough meat is getting back in there in that stud to accommodate that void. So we go longer. We basically have these, we went in, they're 2 inches instead of 1 5/8 for the room that we lost. So we didn't lose any strength. And now here it is. Look, check it. That's why we went to all that trouble. Because if you look at the level, you can have, making this plumb, I've got a smidge of a gap right there. Just a smidge. Okay, that's where the board went in. When I put that screw in right there, the board went in ever so slightly past that sheet below. So no worries on that because we are touching everywhere. Okay, anything that goes in can always be filled in. As much as we put thin set on the back of the tile, trowel all that, 1/2 inch line standing up. When we go to actually back butter our go board wall and all that, you can have something in. You don't want it sticking out because that's going to dictate a new plumb line for you and you're going to be out of whack. So moving on. Now that we talked about the back wall, let's shift gears. Let's go over here to our first diverter wall. So we've already got our bottom piece in. Okay, running along. We usually put our screws and washers about every 8 inches is what's recommended. We like it. We use the washers because of stability, because it, pops a bigger area per screw, provides a lot more strength, especially when we know we're going in with large format tile. So our next order of business is the piece above. Okay, I've already got that sitting in there and staged because the wall didn't walk any, and I'm resting it right on the face of that diverter. Because a lot of times what we used to do, this really helps us out. A lot of times you'll go to all the trouble of cutting this out in the go board and, it happens. You're off a tad. One's great. The other one's off a tad. They're both off, and then you're basically starting over. So this is what me and Tom do. We rest that right down, keeping our other one in play. We get us a little 2-foot level right here. I'm going to show you because I'm holding the phone. So look. So we're going to make that right at 2.5. Okay. And since I'm resting right on there, right here's where I'm going to flip it to. I'm going to mark 2.5 inches. So roughly right there. There is my line. That is that line. Then I'm going to measure up to here, pop that line, and then this is already sitting on the board correctly. So what I do then is hold this up too and make that box. I'll come over here and I'll do this one the same. I'll measure up from the bottom board, hit the bottom and the top, transfer those up here, use a level to draw straight lines. That way I know as I go up, I'm not walking one direction or the other. That way, one cut, it'll all go in on the dime. Now I'm going to show you. All right, so now you can see what I did. Okay, that's the whole purpose of the level. It just makes it easy. So look, when I transferred this mark to right there, I eyeballed that mark when I put it there. When I measured from the top here to make that mark, you can see my line right there. Making the left to rights are easy. That's where I take the level up there, make sure that I'm barely skimming past that, and then everything will line right up. Then I just make that line between the two. That squares me right up. I know that is identical once we move this sheet down to here. With the circle, I keep it the same way. I measured from the bottom. So I set it down here. I looked what the bottom of that rim is and the top. Then I came off the wall and I did the left to right. I transferred all those marks up to here. And as you can see, I went up when I made this mark and made this mark about where I thought when I made that mark and make that mark. Well, those marks were out of whack. When you take the level and make sure they're straight with each other, it makes that perfect. So that mark, by me transferring that mark up to here, I walked over a tad and made it. When it's actually squared up, there it is. And that's what I'm talking about. If I would have just made those little marks and came up here and cut that hole, we would have went to put that in. That hole would have been too big over here based on my mark. This helps transfer it, keep it right in line so you don't waste your time. Now, let's zip these two out and watch. They'll go right into play. And there you go. After we cut it out, remember you got another sheet overlapping that. So if you've got kind of a weird angle for whatever reason, you can put that in there. The other sheet will cover. But there it is. See, now you've got space right below, right above to get that cover out here in a little bit. And then the face of that will go right on. And there's our drop ear. So that's why we like to do that. It just makes life easy. And it keeps you from, renting a bunch of sheets or having big holes, putting thin set in it, all that jazz. So now we're just going to transfer our lines up, put the appropriate amount of screws. We got one more up here, and we're going to get this all sewed up. So look, did this one the same way. So this is going to go up in here. Oh, sorry y'all. There we go. But perfect. So now what I'm going to do is continue we actually put the sealant right in on top of these sheets as we go up. So now I'm going to pull this back out, put that little bead on there, set her down in play, and screw the rest of this. Then we'll seal it all. All right, there we go. Now it looks a little bit different. We're wrapped up, finished up. Everything's sealed up. So we're going to leave all this like this today. And let me point this out. This is why we plan this like this. We still got the niche in the window. We need to get waterproofed and dealt with. But this is why we were gung-ho out the gate. Notice we still haven't tore that out yet. Tore that little wall out, the mirror. None of that. Now, Mike came by today. We brought Mike in over here for the electric. There's a bunch of stuff, and it's just easier to bring him in here, have him get all that done while we're concentrating on everything else. But see, now that this is like this, if we were just in here doing the shower, it would be totally different than doing the entire bathroom. We've got the shower ready to go. Now with it ready to go, tomorrow we're going to be able to come in here and set a ledger board, and we're done in there. Now we're going to go ahead and go over here and tear all this out because we're going to take the go board and continue all the way across. We're going to go ahead and set these doors because we want that tile to come out of the shower. Remember that granite curb that we're going to be putting into play, but we want that to continue and come all the way over here. So now, with several days ahead of us of tearing all this out, getting this tiled above the ledger board and finishing all this tile, all the prep work and stages into this floor, the dry pack, the metal lathe, the sheeting, just everything, the four corners, the flood test, all of it. Now we have plenty of time to do all that while we're doing all this over here, and we're going to make that work for us. So work the majority of the day over here and come over here and pitch the floor at the end. Work the majority of the next day, come over here and so on, wrap the floor in the membrane. We've got this to deal with too. So that's why we wanted to start out there before we even tore anything else out to get this going, so that now we are not held up. All the stages in that floor, it's not sitting here. We're just sitting here waiting or leaving out early. So that's it. Tomorrow we're going to get all this out on a Friday. Everything's going to be looking sharp. We're going to be ready for Monday. Come in here and start tiling. So thanks for tuning in, you all. Happy Thursday, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bringing it back.